Hello and welcome to English Lemon. In today's video, you'll take an intermediate English quiz with 40 questions on grammar, vocabulary, and real-life usage. Choose your answer before the timer ends and keep track of your score. Let's begin. Here's your first question. Listen carefully. She has been working on this project, blank, 3 months, and she still isn't finished, blank, the final report. Let's look at a situation about a past interview. If he, more confident during the interview, he probably, the job. Now let's test your knowledge of linkers and sentence structure. Choose the correct sentence. Let's look at a sentence about regret in the past. I regret her the truth because it completely changed our relationship. Now let's test your understanding of linkers. The company decided to cancel the meeting, blank, the manager's sudden illness. Choose the sentence with the same meaning. It's too cold to swim. Let's look at a sentence about unreal situations. He speaks as if he everything about the situation, but actually he doesn't. Choose the best response. I'm really sorry for breaking your phone. Now let's look at a natural, everyday expression. Now here's a sentence about staying connected. Even after moving to different countries, we still manage to regularly through messages. Here's a sentence about a friendship that changed. They used to be very close friends, but after an argument, they completely. When Andrea discovered her husband was with a coworker, she divorced him. Now here's a sentence about family relationships. My mother and I don't see very often now. Now here's a sentence about a future promise. I, you an answer when I have one. We're worried because if the train on time, we, our flight, and we to spend the night here. Well, the caravan park is very different how I remember it. Since the last time we were here, it is doubled in size. Here's a sentence about future arrangements in timetables. We, tomorrow morning. The train at 7:45 a.m. Let's test your grammar and vocabulary in one sentence. The book was written in the 19th century, is still today. Choose the correct passive form. People believe that he is innocent. She was so tired that she couldn't keep her eyes open, and she fell asleep during the meeting. Let's look at a sentence about progress and confidence. The more you practice speaking English, you become, and the you feel in conversations. I wish I more time to prepare for the exam, because if I enough practice, I wouldn't feel so nervous. Here's a sentence about contrast and verb patterns. She insisted paying for dinner. It was my birthday. Let's talk about childhood habits and how they change. I blank beans when I was a child, but now I love them. Now imagine a serious situation in the past. If we hadn't been there to take her to the hospital. We to this neighborhood 5 years ago, but we many new friends since then. Let's look at a sentence about a past event. Last Friday, we to a Chinese restaurant to celebrate Jake's birthday, and a great time there. Now here's a sentence about keeping in touch. How are you doing? The landed the plane safely despite the bad weather, while the reassured the passengers during the turbulence. Which of the following sentences is grammatically correct? Your colleague talks a lot and you find it annoying. What could you say? Now let's look at a sentence about regret in the past. He regrets that he longer at the party because if he would have met her parents. Here's a sentence about something that just happened. I had juice running down my chin because I just... Now here's a sentence about something that happened in the past. He married his boss last year. Choose the correct passive form. People believed that the company had hidden the truth. Which of the following sentences is grammatically correct? Here's a sentence about making a choice. You can choose the blue one or the green one, but I don't want. Now here's a sentence about something that happened too late. She didn't realize how serious the problem was. It was late. Let's focus on inversion after a negative expression. Not until I checked my email did the meeting had been canceled. Here's a sentence about future expectations and passive forms. The new policy is expected a significant impact, and it may by the board next week. Well done for completing the quiz. How many questions did you get right? Let me know your score in the comments below. If you enjoyed this challenge, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to English Lemon for more quizzes and lessons. Keep practicing, keep improving, and I'll see you in the next video.